working him in a progression to get back on the field, but it just won't be today.
With Hunter, you have another week, I think, before he can.
With Hunter Henry, he's still in in his rehab as well, and he's doing well. But that's a long shot, but we'll see. Not anything's possible with him.
But the decision hasn't made whether or not you're going to bring back.
We hadn't talked about that yet.
Any updated timetable on Bosa, Coach?
No, I don't like to put timetables on these injuries, to be honest with you. So we're just, when he's ready, he'll be back on the field.
Anthony, with the way you guys are playing now, does that buy you a little bit more time to really be patient and make sure he's fully healthy before you bring him back? I know you guys are going to do that anyway. But.
Yeah, we're just going to do that anyway, like you said. But, I like to get him back as soon as I can. He's one of our better players. And but right now, he's not completely 100%.
I know he said he was going to potentially start cutting back and forth. That would have been a big step.
He started doing some change of direction a week and a half ago. And now we just get him building that up to pass rush drills and speed. And like I said, he'll work some today on the side, but he's not ready yet.
Anthony, with Kaiser, is that just lingering longer than you guys thought, or did something happen with him that set him?
No, the plan kind of changed with Kaiser. Looking at his situation long term, we think it's best that he, set out, get that knee right, and just take all the time that he need. And so that's why we put him down on IR.
Potential for him to return still, because you still.
There's a chance. There's a chance he could return. Absolutely.
Coach, these division games are always so intense, and Raider Week especially. Do you feel that intensity already? We're 5 days out, but the excitement.
It's the divisional rivalry. Yes, we feel that. We know Oakland's a tough place to play, and it's going to be a 4-quarter football game up there. It's going to be a dogfight like it was last year.
With last 2 weeks, or the last 2 games, I should say, Jaleel and Adrian, what can you say about the undrafted free agents' ability to kind of step in, and especially for this team, make an impact?
That speaks to the character of this team. We have a lot of guys that are undrafted on this team, but they was told what they couldn't do, and they just proved them wrong. And they show up on Sundays and make plays. AP, for example, he is a professional. Height, weight, speed. You wouldn't think much of him, but he just make plays every single week.
Is that something, the construction of this team, different than what you've seen at other stops, or what sort of is the difference?
Well, this is blue collar team. There's a lot of blue collar players in this team. Hard-working guys, professional, care about one another, and they've all bought in. And right now, I feel like things are moving in the right direction. But we got a long season left. We have 8 games left. So I like what they're doing right now, but we got to continue to find ways to get better each and every week.
Those blue collar players, and you look at the offensive line, they're playing so well, and so much attention is paid to like a Russell Kuhn and Mike Johnson. Yeah. But Mike Schofield came in, he was tackle last year, he started everything in right guard. What can you say to the jobs that he's really done this year?
Michael's doing a heck of a job. Force was out. That was Force's position, but Mike came in, and Mike's playing really well right now. The communication with Mike and the chemistry that he has with the offensive line right now is pretty good. It's just hard to get him out of there. Force is back, but Michael's playing at a pretty good level right now.
Coach Desmond King won AFC Defensive Player of the Week. How do you think he's progressed this season?
Desmond King, he's a playmaker. He's a very instinctive football player, and that's why we drafted him. He's been doing this his whole life.
How do you think he's built on how he played last year, Coach?
I think he's going to pick up where he left off, to be honest with you. And when we've had to use him in the return game, I think he stepped up there and he's done a nice job there as well. So he's just a good football player.
And in the return game, that's kind of expanded his role a little bit.
That definitely has expanded his role, no doubt.
Considering how NFL offenses use slot receivers so much now, how important is it to have a guy like that with Desmond's instincts in the slot?
You can do so many things with the guy in the slot. He's in the slot. He can force the run. He can rush the passer, and of course, he has coverage skills. But it's good to have a good instinctive football player in the slot because he's in space.
Are you going to leave him as a punt return, or have you thought about bringing Travis back?
Him and Travis will share that position, no doubt.
And you've always focused on the here and now, the next game. 6-2 with 5 straight wins would also breed complacency in human nature.
Sure.
How do you guard against that? Do you guard against that?
Well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, this group, we've been talking about it for a long time, so they understand. We hit the reset button, and we go out and we start over every single week. And they've done a good job of that so far, so no reason for me to think that they're going to stop doing that. But we do emphasize it because it is human nature, and not only that, just more distractions, more national media and things like that pulling guys here and there. So, you know, you have to focus a little harder.
You have to keep your team focused, especially when they have the 1-7 Raiders. They have to play them next, and not look ahead at the schedule and focus on just the team in front of them.
Well, it's the National Football League, and they know that you can get beat any given Sunday. You know, I told them the story about the '98 Broncos, undefeated, and go down to play New York, who's won 3 games all year, and how we got beat, you know, in that game. We only won the Super Bowl that year, but that's a game that we feel like we played them 10 times, we beat them 10 times, but we got beat that day. You know, we played Buffalo pretty good for a half, and they go the very next week and dominate a good Vikings team. So it happens every single week. We're just trying to make sure it doesn't happen to us.
Andy, why would Oakland still be so dangerous? What, it's a wounded
They're in our division. We know each other very well. It's a rival game, and you know, it'll be pretty intense.
Anthony, they made a lot of changes to the first time you guys played them. You know, kind of how do you scout them, just from last week or last couple weeks, or do they not really change that much?
They hadn't changed very much as far as what they do. Now, personnel may be different, but, you know, those are still NFL football players. They went through the same evaluation process our guys did to get here. So we can't take any of those guys for granted. But they're pretty much doing what they do, to be honest with you. The quarterback is completing over 70% of his passes still. You know, I think he's number 2 in the league. So they are doing some good things.
You mentioned on Monday the possibility of bringing in another kicker to handle kickoffs. Just Michael handle kickoffs this week, or what's the plan?
As of right now, Michael will handle kickoffs. You know, that's always a possibility that we could do that. But, you know, you're weak in another position when you do that. So this probably wasn't too weak to do it.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right.